we're here for the inspection.
No, there's no notice about it.
Yeah, there was. We popped it in the cat door.
What this is. This just isn't being aired enough, and the deck out there hasn't been washed or salted.
Can you whip out that fence post?
Guys, stop! Stop!
Prue Morrell and her trusty Lieutenant Michelle are trying to assist a client/friend who wants to evict this tight-walleted tenant.
Not paid a bean, and seems to believe that that's okay.
She also will not let him into the property. So he gave notice of an inspection, arrived to do an inspection, and there was a note written on the door that said,
Beep off.
Yeah.
The fact is that without paying rent, the tenant is essentially squatting, and that's got to stop. Prue's aware the tenant is currently between jobs, so the odds are she's at home today.
Anybody home?
Prue quickly concludes that if the tenant is home, she's not coming to the door.
Now we'll go through the cat door.
In Prue's hot little hand is documentation advising this outlaw tenant there's a new sheriff in town. The good girls are now in charge of the property, and her days are numbered.
I'm just going to be clever, as the owner was, if you want to open that little cat door and take a photo that they're inside, that we have delivered as well.
And that's
And that'll
date, time.
Date and time.
In Prue's experience, the chances of this tenant going quietly are slim to none. But regardless, process will be followed and the good girls will return in 14 days to inspect the property, with or without the tenant's permission. At Holly Joss Property Management, Holly reduces overheads so she can pass those savings on to her clients, landlords and tenants alike. Today, 2 of those tenants are in a bit of a tight spot and need Holly's help.
So I had a call from my tenants. They moved into a house about 3-4 weeks ago. The landlord was due to do some tidying up of the place, outside in particular. This couple, my tenants, import houses from Poland, which they sell, and they needed the back section to put the houses on. And there's a lot of old bits of tin, metal, just general waste that needs to be removed, and that hasn't been removed yet.
Holly's tenants desperately want some action in their back section. So Holly's off to see what it's going to take to get this straightened out.
I think they're just really sort of frustrated, they're very upset. You know, they've only just moved into this house and now they've got to move again. So yeah, very frustrating for them.
On approach, the property seems very tidy, but Holly knows appearances can be deceptive.
Okay, time for the gumboots. Got to be prepared in this job.
A boat moored in the access lane is a clear sign of clutter, as is the car on a trailer combo.
So this car here was actually round the back, not on a trailer. It's got a current, well, it did have current rego and woof, and the owner said that it was drivable. But as you can see, it's on a trailer, sort of stuck outside the garaging now. I mean, there's stuff here which really isn't in the way, but as you can see, you know, it's just junk that's been collected over the years. And we've got more in this paddock here. You can see a couple of the houses that have already been delivered.
The houses Holly's tenants import from Poland arrive fully assembled and ready to live in. They just need a large, clear area for storage before resiting.
Well, they were due to get another one here and another couple of cabins over here. So they just wanted some more of the stuff cleared. We have some bits of metal sticking out of the ground over here. We've got some nice sort of classic cars here, all rusted out. But actually, even the cars are full of stuff. Look, we've got drawers, units, mattresses. This container was supposed to go. All of this rubbish here was supposed to go. And all of this rubbish over here was supposed to go. So this whole area was supposed to be cleared.
As the payers of substantial rent, Holly's tenants feel the landlord's using their place as his own personal junkyard for storing everything, including a long drop lav. Holly's tenants have certainly been caught short. With 2 more houses due in a matter of hours and nowhere to put them, Holly's challenge is to find somewhere ASAP. Prue and Michelle are dealing with a tenant who's taken advantage of a landlord's good nature and decided paying rent is for suckers.
They might.
Oh, a treat in store.
After not seeing so much as a dime in 4 weeks, the landlord was outrageously barred from entering his own house by the tenant. Enter the good girls.
Right, let's do this.
It's off to the address to gain legal access to inspect the inside for the owner.
Hello?
If the tenant thinks she can hide again this time, she's making a serious mistake. The front door is wide open. Perhaps sensing the game is up, the tenant comes forward.
Hi, we're here for the inspection.
No, there's no notice about it.
Yeah, there was. We popped it in the cat door.
You can't just walk in here.
We can actually. We've got the letter. It's lovely.
No, you can't. And you
Yes.
can take your camera out too.
But do you want to come and talk to us?
No.
Well, I bet you don't, because you're so behind in the rent. And you're smoking in the house.
And who knows?
So we're from the
We
Good Girls
manager.
and we left you a letter in the cat
Through
door.
the cat door, we photographed it.
He's
I
given it to
know.
us to manage.
When? In the last 2
And you're
days?
in the house, which is really dangerous.
Business.
Oh,
We are managing.
Yeah, God.
Despite being locked out of the house itself, there's ample evidence of renting misdemeanours in the sunroom to warrant an escalation.
Beautiful. Evidence of smoking. Oh, yeah, and a few drugs and a bit of... Yeah, lovely.
Like a pair of jazzed-up Jack Russells, Prue and Michelle are determined to get
A little
inside.
bit of rubbish.
So they sniff round the back.
That's where we put the notices. Are they gone?
Yep, she's got them. Oh, good. We're in. Oh, she's locked that one.
It looks like their attempt to gain access has been thwarted yet again. But the duo's frustrations are temporarily put to one side as they're distracted by a horrific stench coming from the laundry.
Oh, she's bottler. Oh, bloody hell. Jesus.
The floor of the actual toilet has been drenched in an evil sludge of urine and faeces.
She's minging out here.
If this is what the outhouse looks like, goodness knows what the in-house looks like.
We'll go back and let them know that we've applied to court.
Read the...
Even if we'd managed to get that door open, there was nothing that we could have done. We couldn't have done the inspection with that kind of...
animosity.
With no civilised or ladylike way of entering the house, it's off to the courts to evict this toilet-trashing, smoking, rent-retentive tenant once and for all. Tracy Lee from A-Grade Property Management is heading to Northcote Point and one of her favourite properties occupied by a group of young 20-somethings.
This property's a big house, it's quite valuable. It's in Northcote Point, it's got sea views, it's lovely. And I've got 5 professional guys in it, and they're all really, really great tenants, really responsible, really nice. Never been any issues, and I'm not expecting there to be. But you never know, it is property management. We are dealing with humans. Whoops.
They're not just humans, they're professionals who, by their very nature, tend to be tidy and particular, which coincidentally is the A-grade MO.
But these are so I don't have to take my shoes on and off all day. In summer it's not so bad, but in winter, as you can see, it is. Hello, hello. Tracy Lee here. Anyone home?
Naturally, the tenants are already at work, leaving Trace to do her work, happy in the knowledge this should be a routine inspection. But it's not.
Oh, what this is. That looks like a burn. That looks like something's been charged there and caught fire. Or maybe it's a really oddly shaped heater.
Scorch marks from an untended heater could only result from one highly distracted individual.
The problem with these sorts of things is if we don't have a piece of carpet to patch, it's a whole room.
An enclosed balcony also draws Tracy's attention. This has clearly been neglected for months.
See how wet this is? This just isn't being aired enough. And the deck out there hasn't been washed or salted. It looks minor, but in a year's time, somebody might slip on it and hurt themselves, and it won't be minor. There's a dehumidifier over there that perhaps needs to be used a bit more, but it doesn't take much to ventilate an area. Doesn't take much to open a door or window, and definitely I'll want that cleaned.
This house may have sea views, but the views Tracy sees are not up to par. Outside, garden maintenance has long been forgotten.
The gardens here, I would probably recommend putting one of my gardeners through and charging the tenants.
How on earth did a group of previously faultless tenants let standards slip to this degree? Downstairs in the adult rumpus area, it all makes sense.
So this is the games room. They've built their own little bar. They have little ping pong trophies. They've got darts, beer pong, table tennis, mini golf and golf.
These tenants are spending too much time at play and not enough time at work, housework.
I'm going to sneak in and put one down for gardening.
Tracy Lee's reluctant to do this, but she's going to have to write them a 14-day tidy-up notice. The good girls Prue and Michelle have been to court in a bid to officially evict a tenant who refuses to leave a property she hasn't paid rent for in over a month.
Anybody home?
She's prevented the owner and now the new property managers from lawfully entering the house.
Did you try the other door?
Yeah.
But 2 days later, there's been a breakthrough.
We went to the Tenancy Tribunal. They were really concerned that we hadn't had access to the house. That's the big issue. So she waived the 48 hours notice, which is a big thing. We've only ever had that twice. We could have got them out on Friday. We have left it till this morning. We've had a text message asking for it to be delayed till 3. We are going there now for 3.
We are.
But we do believe she hasn't left. I feel a little bit.
And rubbish.
Something's telling me it's not good down there.
No, it isn't good down there.
That uneasy feeling might have something to do with this note the tenant left the former landlord.
We presume these are us, as we're the only I know around here. Is that right? I'd say so.
Approaching the address, it's clear the tenant is still very much in residence, despite the generous full 3 days to pack up and leave.
Pack nothing.
It's also clear she's not happy to see the good girls.
She was screaming.
The tenant is stressed because she's got a lot to do. There are belongings everywhere. Dirty dishes.
The carpet down here too, burning.
Suspicious burn marks on the carpet. And the smell of ciggies is overpowering. Equally disappointing are the pillowcases which do not match the duvet or sheets. With a family friend arriving in a 4-door sedan to take away 3 bedrooms worth of furniture, a kitchen full of appliances and crockery, and a lounge worth of couches, Prue's aware this won't be the quickest eviction she's undertaken.
Well, part 1 is over, really. Because it's still the beginning of the next, isn't it? Which is?
It is.
Clean up.
The clean-up, the damage, the toilet replacement.
The whole toilet replacement, like the walls as well. Yeah.
And apparently they'll be back tomorrow. We'll wait and see.
Holly's on her way to a new property she's located overnight for a couple of Polish house importers.
Happy outcomes for the tenants, definitely. Yeah, we found somewhere else for their houses and they're happy. And yeah, a few hiccups, but pretty much all went smoothly.
And just in time too. A couple of the couple's houses are imminent.
Sort of come to crunch time where these houses are sitting at the port in Auckland and they're waiting for delivery, but the tenants can't actually get their houses onto the site because of the mess.
While their previous landlord had issues keeping his junk off their back section, the new 100% vacant property owned by an overseas investor should pose no such problems.
We could park opposite them in the airfield because that's them just standing there.
But on arrival, Holly finds her momentarily happy tenants unhappy.
How are you? Not stressed? Not good?
The gate is too narrow for the trucks.
Everything what we plan to do is very hard. It's always we probably unlucky person.
Holly's come too far to give up now. It's on the phone to fire up a digger driver. In Dairy Flat, these tradesmen outnumber cleaners 2 to 1.
Bruce, can you whip out that fence post?
The gate post will not budge. Meanwhile, the trucks are here and these guys charge by the hour. The A team needs a plan B.
Guys, stop! Stop! We have different idea.
In the nick of time, Polish Andy remembers where he left his chainsaw.
I will be very happy. Probably will be celebrate of the evening with bottle of wine.
I just think these drivers are amazing. How he gets that through such a small, tight gap into there. I'm just in awe at their driving ability. That house could not fall on me.
Holly's definitely made things happen today and made some new friends in the process.
Holy help is very precious if we're talking about and the communication with another landlord when we're looking for something new, an agreement, typical law case. That's why we appreciate so much.
Yeah, very successful day, yep. All good. Everybody's happy. Tomorrow's back off to work and Angie's just going to carry on overseeing everything until it's all tidied up.
Tracy Lee from A-Grade Property Management is heading back to the rental where a group of previously clean living young men have let standards slip.
There was a burn mark in the carpet that I've had patched, and I'm checking the garden. Between working and inside and the games area, the garden's just got out of control.
Upon arrival, Trace is hoping to see a marked improvement. Knowing young men as she does, she's not expecting miracles.
And we're off to a great start, look.
The tenants have rolled up their sleeves and got their hands dirty in the garden.
This was completely full of milkweed right up to the side of the house, and it's all flat and ready for spraying.
Tracy Lee is tickled pink.
Pink's my favourite colour, can't you tell? It's nice and bright and happy, warm, it's beautiful.
This area is now a lovely private courtyard. With summer coming on, leisure activities and entertaining have a new home. Inside and upstairs, the good news just keeps on coming.
Oh wow, the layer said the carpet was a different colour and it is. But I guess we can do something with that.
Not a perfect colour match, but quite serviceable.
I've got a little carpet match machine. I can probably dilute some bleach and drop that down to match the rest.
With the mouldy green patio swept and cleaned, these tenants are Tracy's trophy tenants. Today, everyone's a winner.
And the vacuum, fabulous. What more could you want? Very happy.
Good Girls property managers Prue and Michelle's battle with their terrible tenant has reached its inevitable conclusion. The locks are changed, the tenant's out, the place is clean, and now they're off to visit the new tenants, a charming elderly couple and their adult daughter.
And she's home. Lovely, shiny. And she's mowed the bloody lawn. Hello.
Hello, lovely lady. Good.
Very good, darling. Very good.
While youth-adjacent Michelle chews the fat with the daughter, Prue explains the joys of the modern heat pump with her parents. Now they can be warm when it's cool and cool when it's warm.
They're like a back-to-front refrigerator. So the longer you leave it on, the better price.
But that's enough chit-chat. How about the rest of the property?
Excuse me, now we want to see the toilet. And we've got the new bathroom.
Only the shower. The shower.
This is it. Oh my golly, this is good.
I got the new floor.
Fabulous. Very good. And a big pen so you can write your novels in the shower.
My
Yeah,
grandson.
beautiful.
How about that lav in the laundry? Last time it was worse than a toilet at a 3-day all-you-can-eat chili con carne festival.
Now I think this is good, Michelle.
It's not 100%.
I think this toilet is actually as a cistern chapel.
Cantabrians love cricket, and this was a tenancy test match that could have gone either way. But once again, the good girls knocked it out of the park.
Lovely, aren't they?
Really lovely. Really lovely. And the sun's out. God, I love it.